Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So, Cryptic Studios have done something pretty crazy. They've introduced a lockbox which overrules any other lockbox they have ever put in the game. My god, this lockbox is insanely profitable. So let's go ahead and look at it. Well, this lockbox is the Forsaken Lockbox. It was just released the other day. And you can see at the top tier reward there, you can obtain this mythic mount, the Polar Bear Siege Bear. Now this is an entirely new mount with these awesome looking magical cannons strapped to his sides. He's basically just going to give you defense and combined rating, and that will vary and depend on how much mount bolster you have. The current character I'm on has next to no mount bolster, and along with that he then has a mediocre combat power, just doing some damage. Now that is not what makes this lockbox good. If we look at everything else within the lockbox, this is what makes the lockbox insane. These trade bars. My god, that is nuts. Instead of what we had before in other lockboxes where you just could randomly get a jackpot of trade bars, and just with every key you'd get like 3, 4, maybe 5 trade bars, and that was about it. Now you can obtain 25 to 1,000 trade bars from one lockbox. Now on top of this, we have the utility rewards, many of which are very well needed. And the unfortunate reward here for most of us is these stronghold vouchers, as they're not generally needed, as most guilds by now are maxed rank. Now I'm going to go ahead and open a whole bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and open 999. I'll talk to you guys a bit more while I open them. So let's go ahead and open the first one. Unlocking the first box, you can see there we've obtained pretty much the worst rewards you could get in this whole collection, from this refinement to the lowest amount of trade bars and to a stronghold voucher. The reason why this lockbox is really good is because those trade bars at its current state are really valuable. The reason being is if we look in the Terminal trade bar store, you can see we can still buy Bonding runestones, and if we go ahead and actually look on the blog post with the companion changes, they went ahead and showed us that we're going to be able to go ahead and exchange Bonding runestones directly for Astral Diamonds, meaning we will be able to go ahead and yes, trade them in 1 rank 15 Bonding runestone for 2.6 million Astral Diamonds, as you can see on this chart here. Now we're just approaching there 100 keys opened, or 100 boxes opened. There we go, 99. And that would be 100 there. With that said, you can see I've opened 100 lockboxes and I already have 4,700 trade bars. That is nuts. That means I can buy there nearly 5 rank 15 Bonding runestones. The current price of Bonding runestones, rank 15s, being at only 1,000 trade bars each. Now, albeit these runestones are actually going to go away at 6 o'clock today. That'll be in about 7 hours there. So by the time I have this video posted, you'll have a whole lot less time than that. So you might want to get on the job and use those VIP keys. So that is one of the major reasons why this lockbox is really good. The fact that you can directly trade those runestones, at least you will be able, for Astral Diamonds, and thus guaranteeing that you actually make a profit on this lockbox. And there we go, after 130 odd keys, we obtained the Polar Siege Bear, the mythic version, and here it is in our inventory. Now let's go ahead and I'll actually show you guys this mount. Let's equip it on this character, go to the appearance, and here we have the Siege Bear. And we go ahead and mount up. And yes, it's another ginormous mount. You can see 2 of them here already, that being the legendary version and this being the mythic version. You can see those 2 magical cannons strapped to the side of the armored saddle. So let's go ahead and actually see what the combat power looks like. Go in combat and cast it, and here comes our mount sitting on the side, and he's just gonna fire off those cannons. And that's actually one of the really cool mounts. I love the animation on it. That's pretty awesome. And then after 10 seconds he disappears, and that's pretty much it. Sure, the damage isn't going to be too great. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and open the rest of these and kind of show you overall what kind of rewards you can hope to get. And how much then. Oh my god, did you just see that flurry? We got literally 2 mythic polar bears back to back, and then we got a legendary one. Another mythic, another legendary. Alright, it seems like we have capped out with the maximum amount of trade bars there. We're at 19,000, and it won't let me open any more because we're over that 19,000, and if we did manage to obtain the 1,000 jackpot from these box, it would basically waste them. So we're going to have to go to our bank and actually deposit these, or we can go ahead and spend them. Looking here, we can go ahead and purchase spawning runestones. Let's go ahead and purchase 19 of them there. Now 19 bonding runestones rank 15. That is a ton. I'm just gonna leave them there, and we continue opening more of these lockboxes, and we can use that to essentially calculate our cost of how much of those trade bars we actually obtained. There's another mythic bear, another legendary bear, another legendary bear, and there we go, we're maxed out on trade bars again. Another 19 bonding runestones. That'll be again another 19. So on to the last 50 keys there. Overall, this has been very successful in terms of making a profit. Pretty much just through the terminal trade bars themselves, we've gained an insane amount of them. So there we go. That was all of those 999 keys. And looking in my inventory, this is everything that I have obtained here. Now in total, we have obtained 6 of these mythic polar siege bears. Now the amount of trade bars we got was insane, right? See, I have 57 of these bonding runestones. And looking in my inventory, I have another 5,500 trade bars here, meaning I can go ahead and purchase another 5, and there we go, totaling that out at 62,000 trade bars, totaling up to, if I were to trade these in, 161 million Astral Diamonds. Now that is insane, right? Amongst that, sure, we gained a whole bunch of other things from amount trade tokens, along with similarly the companion tokens, along with a whole bunch of scrolls of mass life, which are actually pretty expensive. We got nearly 400 there. And overall, that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at our actual reward reroll tokens. We got there 500. However, I did start off with a 250, so we gained about 250 of them there. And I'm actually too small for this mount, but sure. Overall, this is one of the most profitable lockboxes I have ever seen within the game, just through those trade bars. You can see over here, this is currently the preview server, but when this goes live, you'll be able to go to herself, and you'll be able to go all the way to back here, and you'll be able to trade those bonding runestones for those Astral Diamonds. You can see it directly gives me that pack there of Astral Diamonds, and I can see I have another 55 here. We've got 7 of those packs. We can go ahead and open them, and they go ahead and they directly give you their 2.6 million Astral Diamonds. And that is nuts, right? If you need to make a profit off terminal and trade bars, you can directly do it through that. However, of course, you guys will have to wait, as this isn't on the live server yet. I believe you have to wait till mod 20, which will probably be in another month and a few weeks. So I'm not going to conclude the video there just yet. This is the preview server, yes, meaning all of these rewards I did obtain, which are really valuable in themselves. I'm going to go ahead and use the keys which I have on the live server just here on this character. You can see I have a total of 54 keys. Now I obtained all these keys through the daily VIP, where you could basically claim one of these keys per day. So it's been 54 days since I spent my last keys and got that Mythic King of Spines. So here we have 54 of those Forsaken Lockboxes, and let's go ahead and open this whole bunch. It's gonna make my inventory a mess, but yeah, we'll see. So we'll go ahead and open our first one, getting us there a bunch of Tourmaline trade bars and some scrolls, which I all round considered scrolls are pretty valuable in themselves. So I'm just going to go ahead and pretty much spam this. Hopefully we can actually obtain one of those mythic, and we do! I believe that was after just about 20 keys there, we got our mythic polar bear. This is awesome. I had my doubts and wasn't expecting to get one, but we did. Now I'm tempted to go ahead and open a whole bunch more, and I think I will actually, because with opening more, I can do what I've said to you guys. I can purchase these bonding runestones, which are still in the store, if I can get as many of those Tourmaline trade bars as I can. So let's go ahead and open the rest of these boxes. Opening the last 30 here, getting more reroll tokens and Tourmaline trade bars. All round pretty decent. And our last 10 here. And it doesn't look like we're going to gain anything too much in particular. And our last key here, getting us just some more insignia powder, refinement and trade bars. And so this was our total session here, with that total of 54 keys, a whole bunch of those enchantments, along with a decent chunk of genie gifts, scrolls, insignia powder. And the best things here are mount tokens, reward reroll tokens, and of course my mythic siege polar bear. So with that said, how many trade bars did we get? 2,500. That is pretty decent, which will allow me to go ahead and purchase 2 more of these bonding runestones, and I'll be able to trade them directly in for Astral Diamonds, giving me a total of 5.2 million, meaning that's how much I made from trade bars alone from those 54 keys. That is pretty nice, if I do say so, and we'll have spent those Tourmaline trade bars for 5.2 million Astral Diamonds. Not to mention, I'll be able to go ahead and trade in the runestones I currently have already. So hopefully this is somewhat insightful as to, the new lockbox and what you can hope to obtain and how best to spend your Tourmaline trade bars. Now you don't have much time left before these runestones actually get removed from the game, so you better be quick on that and spend those VIP keys. I highly recommend not to go and purchase any keys from the Zen store, as it's pretty much just gambling and you'll end up probably disappointed, and these keys are fairly fierce expensive. So hopefully I presented this well. If I did, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.